Mark Thiessen, the former chief presidential speechwriter for President George W. Bush, joins us in just a moment. But first, let's go to pollster Frank Luntz, CEO of Luntz Global. Frank, great to see you tonight. Regardless of how the mainstream media feels about what Trump is saying, you've discovered some very interesting things about how people really feel.
Yes, and this was done in Nevada, one of the key states. And we talked to swing Republicans and Democrats, not your primary voters. And Donald Trump did incredibly well. And I want to point out three language keys to why Trump is doing so well. Number one, he talks about taking the country back. Number two, he talks about rule of law, which voters across the political spectrum care about. And number three, he challenges political correctness. Watch how high the lines go as he walks through with those key points his position on immigration. This is one of the highest tested segments that we have found in this election so far. Take a look.
I don't think I'm mean-spirited. We have to get back our country. Look, our country is going down. We have to get back our country. It's based on laws. These are illegal. Now, people like to say undocumented because that's politically correct. I don't say that. These people came in illegally. Some are excellent, they're fantastic, wonderful, but they have to go out. Now, they can come back in, but they have to come in legally. We can even expedite the process. I think that's fine. I like that. And then you have some really bad ones. The gangs. You got gangs roving, hurting people, killing people. You look at what happened to Kate in San Francisco. So we have to be able to get the bad. We got bad dudes out there, bad ones. And we'll get them out so fast. Let me tell you, if I'm president, we'll get them out of here so fast your head's going to spin.
And that's the issue. If he'd only not said that last sentence, if I'm president, we'll get them out so fast our heads are going to spin. That makes it about Donald Trump rather than fighting immigration. Other than that, that was perfect communication.
Yeah, I mean, you really saw people responding there. And, of course, when you bring up issues like Kate Steinle and crimes being committed by illegals, there have been spotlight cases that have happened. He knows what he's tapping into there. But one of the bit of, you might say, hyperbole, I mean, things that maybe he'd like to get done as president, but it's not like on day one he can send home millions of people, and that's going to be done without great trouble, and probably, as most people estimate, it's impossible.
Well, the key message here is that when you focus on solving the problem, the voters are absolutely with you. But if you focus on your own participation in it, they want to know what you're going to do, not necessarily that you're going to be part of it. And I've got another segment for you. This is one of the top ads of this election cycle. Notice how sharply the lines go up when Trump talks about how the politicians are all about talk and not about action. Take a look.
I don't like what I see happening to America. The infrastructure of our country is a laughingstock all over the world. Our airports, our bridges, our roadways, it's falling apart. It's a terrible thing to see. Our politicians are all talk, no action. Millions of people are flowing across our southern border. We've got to build a real wall. With all of this, our country has tremendous potential. Let's make America great again.
The music sounded like Ronald Reagan. The reaction was like Reagan's, where he did well across the board. You never see those red lines, the Republicans, and the green line, the Democrats. You never see them go up in tandem. In this place, he has got the perfect message, and it's one of the reasons why he's doing so well.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that, a little bit more about that, because so much of what you've shown us with regard to his comments, it's interesting to see Democrats and Republicans going up into the 60s, the 70s, in agreement on a scale of 1 to 100. The parties tracking together, that is pretty rare, I would imagine, in most of your research.
It doesn't happen, and I have to tell you that it does explain. And I've seen the negative, and I've talked about the negative on shows like this. But you have to acknowledge what's happening right now. And it is the message and the messenger have come together, and it's transcending traditional partisanship. I want to emphasize that. Not only is Donald Trump doing well among Republicans, he's also doing well among independents. And that's very important in a state like South Carolina, where anyone can vote, and it's very important in New Hampshire, where independents can participate.
All right, Frank Luntz, always very interesting insights. Thank you so much for breaking them down for us tonight.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
All right, joining me now.